Hi, everyone. We wanted to do something a little bit different. So, this is kind of a little bonus behind the scenes episode. We wanted to talk about kind of our journey as creators of this podcasts and a little bit of background to kind of maybe help you understand what we're trying to do. So, let's go back to the start, which for us is November 2023. Have I got that
Yeah,
right, Gerjan?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's yep,
So we both applied for a AI slot at a industry event. To kind of give a bit of context, myself and Gurjan have both worked in end user computing for the last 20 years. So AI is not our expertise, but we have just been trying to develop our skills. So we wanted to share some of what we had discovered with other community people. So essentially, we both submitted a session. The organizer of the event, Alex Cooper, decided that we should do this session together. Um, Myself and Gurjan did know each other, but we didn't know each other that well.
no,
So essentially, we had to start collaborating on a session before the event. And then we did the presentation, which went very well.
yeah.
And then we were having a couple of drinks to celebrate a good presentation. And then we started chatting, and we chatted over WhatsApp back and forth. And then we decided we were going to do a podcast together,
I
and
think
we
we decided
launched
that one
in.
over beers. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
and
we definitely decided that one over beers. And didn't we launch in February
yeah,
2024?
yeah.
So when we're recording this, it is now October 2025. And we just wanted to talk a little bit about what we've been through. So as I said, we did our first episode without a guest in February 2024. We first started doing stuff around AI news, but then realized that was not a good idea because things were just moving far too quickly.
Yeah.
And we have, as I said, we have now recorded 22 episodes and we have released 2021. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this, Gurjan?
Yeah, well, because we decided something over beers, and when you decide something over beers, it's always a good idea. And yeah, well, the cool thing is we had an idea, then we needed to start, but we had no real podcast experience. You were doing some at your job,
Mm-hmm.
but those are more managed by the company, the editing, etc. And we
Yeah,
are
yeah.
just two IT guys saying we want to do a podcast. So I learned from one of my colleagues at Rawworks that they were using Riverside as an online platform, and we said, okay, let's start with that. Let's use that
Yeah.
online platform to start, and then we need a website. Yeah, let's get a domain. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's fix that. And so we made steps to start, and then once we did the first few episodes, we really started getting the hang of it and started enjoying it.
Yeah,
And yeah,
exactly. Yeah, and I think that's the thing that we both wanted to say in this, that if you're starting a podcast, make sure it's something you're passionate about, and if you can find someone else who has the same passion and the same and you can work well together, then do it. And that's why it works for me and Gurjan, because this would be a hell of a lot of work for one. It's still a hell of a lot of work for two people, but for one person, it would be even more. So it's great that we have this kind of partnership, because there's certain things I do and there's certain things Gurjan does, and vice versa. And we take turns hosting and that kind of thing, because we've had some Dutch guests and I don't want to butcher their names. So Gurjan does that. Um, but yeah, it's something. Yeah, as I said, you want something that you're passionate about, and that makes it so much easier. And I think if we didn't enjoy it, we would stop immediately. But we are
yeah,
enjoying it, and as I said, we've recorded 22 episodes, and we heard a stat that uh, most podcasts don't even make it to 10 episodes. So that's a milestone we've already
yep,
surpassed. So it's about consistency. It's there is no quick wins, so don't listen to any of that nonsense on YouTube about I got to 10,000 followers. Yeah, they've it's near impossible. It is a slog. You will at sometimes think you want to quit, but it's all about consistency. And I suppose that's one of the key things we kind of want to get across with people is that if you're consistent, you will grow. And the trends are all over the place. We have episodes that go up high, and then we have ones that completely bomb, and there's no explanation, or so you just have to move on. Each episode is a learning experience, and that's what
Yeah.
we yeah.
Yeah,
So
and the
we
other
always
thing,
take
James,
yeah
is that we have episodes that do very well on YouTube and totally bomb on the audio only. So if we deploy an episode, we do it on YouTube and we use Buzzsprout to deploy it to
yeah
Spotify, Amazon, Apple. And we have episodes that really bomb on YouTube and they are really thriving on the other platforms and vice versa. And we we try to make sense of it because we want to go, we want to be a growing channel and we want to learn what you guys want to hear, and girls. And but sometimes we're just looking at, just now we were looking at the numbers thinking, but why why does this episode bomb on YouTube but audio only is very good, and vice versa. And sometimes we have episodes that don't get very much listening attention at all, but those are episodes that we think that are really cool. But why? You just don't get the numbers sometimes. Why an episode is good or bad?
Yeah. And I suppose that's a key point is essentially don't get too tied up in the analytics. You can drown in
No.
the analytics. They're there to help and guide you, and they are very useful. But if you're enjoying what you're doing, you will see an audience. Like Gerjan was just telling me there, he was at a tech event and and someone said, "You're the guy from the podcast."
Yeah.
Do you want to tell me about that?
Yeah, I was at an MSP event a few weeks back, and we were asked to do a presentation because they saw a presentation of James and me at Express Live, and they said, "Don't you want to come and do a session here?" And we were like, we were feeling really important then. Oh, okay, well, sure. If you insist, we'll be there. No, but we were really intrigued and really honored that they asked us. And when I walked around there after doing the presentation, some random girl came up from one of the from one of the stands saying, "I listened to your podcast. It's really good." And I was like, "Ooh, thank you." So that's really strange that you get recognized some. And I was walking in an office somewhere, and then I heard the tune of our podcast being played, and it was at a customer where I was in the background. I know that tune. I said to him, I know that tune. I made that tune. So that's really cool to. You don't know where you make impact, and the
Yeah,
impact doesn't have to be in large numbers. But if what we do helps 50 people make something
yeah, and
of their life.
yeah, and exactly, and that's another thing. Viral content is not always valuable content. Don't judge something going viral as success. It's just something that triggered the algorithm on whatever platform you're in, and it gave it to a wider audience. I had a piece of content on LinkedIn. It went pretty much viral. It did nothing for me. It didn't increase my numbers. I didn't get any extra followers, anything like that. So don't don't go chasing being viral. Viral is, as Gerjan said, if you can help a small number of people, that is so much more worthwhile than with viral content. So don't be chasing viral content.
Yeah, quality over numbers
It's
any
just
day.
vanity metrics. It means it's meaningless essentially. So so it's all about consistency. If you're even helping, as I said, a couple of people, then you're making an impact, and you don't realize that. Like we just looked at the stats for the audio side of our podcast. We are now being listened to in 53 countries and 414 cities. That's absolutely crazy. This is a guy in Dublin and a guy in the Netherlands talking about AI.
With a
It's
guest. Yeah.
with a guest. It's those are yes, we're not doing massive numbers, but we're making progress. And just to know that there are people all over the world listening to us is just kind of a little bit mind blowing, but it's really cool. And it's one of the reasons we keep doing this, because if we can help a small number of people, that's all we want. So that's pretty much what the whole idea behind this was just, if you're early in your journey like us, or you're only just started, keep at it. Um, just keep making the content. If you're enjoying it, why not? Um, there, there is some good creators out there that are sharing advice and things, and you just need to know when to listen and when to just ignore the hype and the noise, and just concentrate on what you're doing, because there is an audience, and it's just finding that audience. But it is really rewarding, and we have how many more episodes for the year?
3 more, I think. 3 or 4.
3 or 4 more. Yeah. Because we're recording this in October. We've 1 more in October, and then we have 4 more after that. So we have 5 more to be released, and we already have plans for 2026. So yeah, thanks for listening, and we will see you on the next episode, which comes out on the 21st of October.
Yeah, and if you want to connect with us in any way, shape, or form, we'll put our contacts in the show notes. You can connect LinkedIn or whatever, and we're thrilled to help you with anything you want. And if you want to start a podcast and want to look how we do things, because we use a lot of AI in our own podcast, just to keep it a little bit the time consumption to a little bit low. And perhaps we can do an episode in the future where we can show how we make the podcast, because that's really cool. Being tech, we like using AI and how the stuff works and how we brush up the audio.
Yeah, maybe we will do another one of these behind the scenes where we kind of go into how we put the podcast together.
Yeah, it's we think it's really cool.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, because we wouldn't do it otherwise. So
exactly.
All right. See you on the next episode.
Yes,
as I said,
21st
of October.
Yeah, we'll see you all then. Bye-bye.